What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is Dev from More Tribe, and just hang in there with me, guys. Hang in. I know it's been a minute. It's been like 2-3 weeks. Where I've been everywhere. Yeah, I didn't realize how long I was gone until I like looked at my videos and it said 2 weeks ago. Um, Yeah, just very, I don't know. Time's gone by fast. That, and I have no idea what to talk about. But I'm back, so hopefully you guys are still with me. But, talking about, you know, concerns about 2025 Florida State football. And let's just start off with, I'll zoom in here. Florida State defensive coordinator Tony White says he's thrilled that they were able to convince Dale Jackson to come back and add one more year. Said he's been extremely hard. It's fun to watch. Malzahn said we haven't blocked him yet either. And I think this sums it up right here. That's not a good testament for the O-line. And I 100% agree because Daryl Jackson was okay last year. Definitely not as good as the first team that we're playing in the upcoming season, as in Alabama, where a lot of them are just like Dale Jackson, but play a lot better, more aggressive, yada yada. So I get trying to hype him up, but it's really not a good hype up, you know. But that's just me. So that's a major concern to me, as in not the statement, but the O-line. That's one of the major concerns, bringing in a whole bunch of new guys. Your first game's against Alabama out of all teams. So that's really not a great way to start, the season like that. And just going off my bookmarks here, Jalen Early plans to enter the transfer portal. Starting 7 games, appeared in 17. I didn't think he was really good. Kind of sucked with the rest of them, so bye, I guess. But once again, with the offensive line, Malzahn says they have been banged up. Let me restart. Says they have been banged up some of the spring, so they've been limited. But he's saying enough that they've hit on transfers they brought in. We'll see. Going back to last year, we thought we hit on everybody. You saw how that ended up, 2-10. They thought it hit until like the first 3 games. So you can see that they hit in practice, but when it comes to game time, actually playing against real competition, we'll see if they're a hit or not. Next, 6'7", 219 pounds, Jordan Scott. Left the program, didn't even finish spring practice. I mean, literally finished after a semester at Florida State. Yeah, he's one of those JUCO kids that just, like if you've seen Last Chance U, he's probably like one of those, like, oh, if I don't get my playing time, then I'm a bounce, I don't care. I feel like he's one of those, so if he is, then bye, don't really care. That's what's wrong with NIL. Sorry to get off track, topic here, but this was wrong with NIL. You just saw it with Nico. You're seeing it here. There's no competition. Nico's story is a different thing, even though it's still crazy. You're getting paid $4 million and you want more money. That's insane, dude. Insane. I'm sniffing. It's April. My allergies are kicking in, so I apologize. What's wrong with NIL is that these kids don't care about the program, their historical success. They don't care about, the academics. They don't care about the team. They just care about themselves and the money. There's no clause that they have to do this, and that. There's nothing. So they're just chasing the bag. They can stop 4 years, different school every 4 years. They don't care as long as they get the bag. That's what's wrong. So you're not going to have those 5-year seniors, 4-year seniors that stay with one program throughout their entire college career. That's gone. Um, but yeah, so glad that he's gone. At least we know now instead of midway through the season where he's just showing uh, piss poor effort. So I guess that's good. Get the week out before season starts. April 15th, three football players have already announced that they're entering the portal. I think the portal opened like a couple days ago, or it was yesterday. Going back to my concerns, the first game of the year against Alabama. Um, this is like a way too early preview prediction. Um, it's hard because Alabama, they don't have Jalen Milroe, and I figured that they would kind of spend the money to get Nico. And as of this recording, they haven't. So there's still a chance that Florida State will get the win here. Can get the win here. But I don't think they will. I really don't. I just think the offense is going to struggle. I really do. I think if your offensive line is struggling to block Darrell Jackson, what are they going to do against 5 Darrell Jacksons, 4 Darrell Jacksons? They got the better linebackers. They're more aggressive. And I don't even know what Alabama looks like. This is April. When it gets closer to when the season starts, I'll definitely look into it. But as of right now, I just don't know if we're going to be able to come together and be at peak efficiency and peak form when we play Alabama. I mean, no one is the first game, right? But this is a big-time game. Not just Florida State, but for Alabama. This is for Mike Miles, Gus Malzahn, for Tony White. I think Tony White will, I think they got it. I really do. You got Pot Roast, coaching the D-line. Tony White, give us a quarter. I think they can limit Alabama, right? This ain't Nick Saban, and they got, Julio Jones and Henry Ruggs and, all of them players. They don't got that. This game is totally winnable. Totally winnable. But can they piece it together? Can the offensive line block? I think they'll struggle. I think it does help that you got somebody as your quarterback that can actually move and evade. So they'll make that tough for Alabama. But I just don't see, like, the receivers just like who just stands out into your mind right now? Like, Deuce Robinson, obviously, because his dad played for Florida State too, but he's a playmaker, but there's no one that just stands out, And you got Squirrel Wright, but let's see what happens there. But I have Alabama winning. Let's just see what happens. Haven't looked at any spring because it's hard to judge. I mean, they're at practice, they're playing against each other. As we saw last year, all these things I'm referring to, my points is last year, oh yeah, they look great, they can, do this, do that, win a couple games. Yeah, look what happened, right? So, after last season, it just changed my whole mindset, just like, yeah, they look good in practice, but let's see what happens when they play actual competition. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for waiting so long. I really do apologize. I didn't realize how long it's been. Time just goes by fast when you're busy and having fun, I guess. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. This is Def from War Tribe. Peace out.